Hello, everybody.
Okay, Joseph Jackson, Shantizia Martin. Okay, let me have both of you raise your right hands. Okay, do you swear that the testimony that you're about to present is the truth and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
No, I'm sorry, Ms. Martin, can you unmute and
I'm sorry, I don't know what's there. Yes.
okay, yeah, thank you. Okay. This is very disappointing. So we've not had any money on this case since April. Is that
Can
the
I,
Yes,
case,
I had.
Mr. Jackson?
Yeah, I had recently lost my job. So I was.
Recent is not April. April is a long time ago. So, or did you have another job since then and you didn't pay any child support?
No, I haven't had a job since I lost my job. I've been still searching for a job, and then my license was suspended, so I wasn't really able to drive no more. And then I've been putting in applications. I had sent over the application to the website that I supposed to, and I had signed up for the fatherhood program.
Hmm. So, Miss Martin, have you ever had a period of consistency?
um, I just want to say this situation is very frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
It's been going on. I filed for child support in 2015, I believe, 2016. I didn't receive payments for this case until my first payment that I received was in 2019, 2020, I believe. It's been he have periods where he paid, but then again he have period where he goes months without paying. It's very frustrating, and I understand that he lost his job, but I'm gonna give an example. Like my mom recently was just put into the hospital as of July. She was diagnosed with kidney failure. I took 4 days off. I took 4 days off to go into the hospital with her. I was just fired from my job because of that. And I literally found another job, and I can show proof of this. I have my separation notice. I was fired on the 10th. I had another job like the 15th or something. Like, and it's as a mom.
Well, yeah, everything that she's explaining, it doesn't have anything to do with me though.
Oh, well, wait a minute, Mr. Jackson. I'm going to say it does. The reason it does is because she knows that there is a mouth that needs to be fed that's depending on her. So when she goes out looking for a job, she's serious because she knows that she has a child.
Or
You don't seem to
Well,
understand
I've been looking
child.
for a job and I have proof. I've been putting in applications. It's not like I just, I can't hire myself.
from
I
April to
have
now.
been putting in effort,
Okay,
all
Mr.
the effort
Jackson,
I
Mr.
even.
Jackson, stop right there because you're encouraged. Everything that you're saying is encouraging me to put you in jail because it doesn't sound good for somebody to make excuses. You don't have that child looking up at you every day, looking to be fed and to be clothed, and I don't know what you would do in that situation, but I don't trust you in that situation. And that's why that child is going to stay with Miss Martin because you can't just keep making excuses. You know,
Well, I'm not making
no,
any
yes, you
excuse.
are, Mr. Jackson. And I'm going to give you to November the 1st. I'm putting you back on the calendar. You need to find something. This is way too long. I've been way too lenient with you, and you are just very relaxed about this total situation. So, November the
I'm
1st,
not relaxed about it, but it's just like out of my hands. It's like I am looking for a job. It's not like I'm not looking for a job. I am looking for a job.
From April to October.
anybody can say they're looking for a job.
But
That's,
I have
no,
proof. I
No, you
sent it to
don't.
your website.
Anybody can walk into a few places, put in little or no effort, and come out with proof. That doesn't tell me a thing. There's fast food restaurants on every corner with we are hiring signs. Now, if you go in there with your lip all stuck up out and say, yeah, I want a job, guess what? They're going to interview you and they're going to turn you right on out the door because you're not hungry enough. You're not looking like you really want the job. You need to have the enthusiasm and you need to have some fire under you that makes you understand that this job is not optional, it's mandatory. So
I understand all that, but
mhm.
me being here on Zoom camera with you, that doesn't prove that I don't have the fire and I'm not trying to get the job. That's like I'm just like being judged. Like that's not like
You
I
are.
feel like I'm being judged.
I'm the
Like
judge,
I
and I
actually
am judging you because I see
cause you said
so
cause
many
you said
people
that
who
you feel
say
like
the
I'm
same
relaxed and
thing
I'm
you
not,
say.
you know,
And
taking the
right now,
situation serious.
I'm
I
just
am
gonna
taking
cut
it
you off.
serious.
Then by November 1st, you prove it. Okay? Because you're not even optimistic that you're gonna find. I'm giving you, 2 weeks, and you don't have any optimism in all this work you've been doing, and you have nothing to show, any leads that show that you're on the way to get
So
something.
but look at how long I have been paying. Like I have been working for 2 years, paying for 2 years straight. I only been out of work 5-6 months.
The case started in 2015, 2016.
I've been paying 2 years straight.
Okay.
I just recently
Okay.
lost
I
my
hear
job
you.
a couple months ago.
Can I say something?
How am
Okay.
I not trying? Like I
Get
just
Mr.
recently lost.
Joseph on
I've
mute.
been paying 2 years straight, and then on top of that, I'm not allowed to see my.
Okay, go ahead, Miss Martin.
What I want to say is, I throughout this entire process, with trying to co-parent with him, I've been very lenient. As you can see, this is the first time that I've actually brought it to the courts.
Mhm.
Just you can go back and look at the payment history. You can go when the case was filed, when the first,
Mhm. Right.
And I have 4 boys, which 2 of them are his. And it's very hard. Like 2 days ago, we're misplaced right now. Like I'm in an empty apartment. I just had a fire in my home, so I'm trying to rebuild. And I don't have, as a mother, we're not allowed to take periods of time off. Like I have
Right.
a place, the rent that I have to pay. I have utilities. I have a car note that I need to pay because I have to get my kids back and forth. And I'm paying myself through school by myself. I'm doing
I
all of this
understand.
by myself. I'm in school right now to be a medical assistant in phlebotomy.
Mhm.
It's hard. It's hard, and I don't
Okay.
have any
No,
help.
Miss Martin, you don't even have to say anymore. I mean, I do understand your situation. That's why we have these child support cases that move forward. And I'm just gonna not give him as much rope as I've given him in the past because it
Thank
appears
you
he's just not gonna do anything
at
until
all.
he
And this is
has
what I
to.
did as well when I try to communicate with
Okay.
him. This is what I
Okay.
did.
So I'll see you November 1st, and we'll see if anything has happened by then.
All
Okay?
right. Thank you so much, Judge Scott. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. And I'll see you then. Have a great weekend.
Bye bye. You too.
Bye. Michael Stringer and Sheena Cobb. Okay, Mr. Stringer and Ms. Cobb, can you please turn on your cameras and turn off your mute?
Hi.
Hi there. Can you both raise your right hands?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was walking.
No problem. Okay, do you swear that the testimony that you're about to present is the truth and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Okay, so let me just look at our paperwork and see where we are. Let's see. So I am showing $34,000 in arrearage, and the last payment was in July. So, Miss Arena Camarillo, do we have something that has come more recently than that July payment?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so, Mr. Stringer, tell me why we're not getting any child support.
First of all, I don't for a place to live at the moment. Um, Things has been really tough over these last couple of months. Um, my He passed away on the 22nd. It's really tough. I'm trying to get everything another sound, but it's just been
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you. Who passed away?
so my youngest son's mother, she passed of September.
Mm-hmm.
For that, I don't have a place to live at the moment. I don't have anything. I don't even have to get everything back situated where I can properly care for all of my children, especially. Uh, I'm going to have to take full custody of my while they're here. So I'm trying now.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Mr. Stringer, but the it's easier to work with situations like that when we've been receiving consistent payments up until the time that there's a tragedy, and then it's easier to be understanding about
Yeah,
it.
so
But
like
we've not been getting payments all along. That's why there's $35,000 worth of arrearages. So it kind of makes it such that
so first of all, I was in prison for 8 years,
Mhm.
8 year period. So from 2009 all the way to 2000, I got that far behind because child support payments were just steady running, and I was
Right.
incarcerated.
Okay, but you've been out
So
how
in
long?
the state of,
You've been out for how long now?
I've been making payments when 2019, from 2019 and 21, and then I started making consistent employment, and then it just been really shaky in between that time. And let's see, and it was April. It may have been April. I lost my house, my car. I lost everything. Like
Mhm.
I haven't been living. I've been living on the so I
Okay.
in in July I tried to in between that time, but it's just ain't good for me.
Okay, I mean, I understand, and I know that it seems like Ms. Cobb has been very understanding because, um, she probably just recently brought this case, but it can't keep going on like this. So what are your prospects for
I know it can't keep going on.
employment? Because you've got a child that if you're going to
So
take a child, you got to support the one that's with you, and you need a roof over your head. So what are your plans?
right. So Tuesday I have a interview.
Mhm.
And then I'm in a game housing so that I start to make some changes. Um, I'm hoping to really get on. This is not the position that I want to be in, but unfortunately, this is just what's happening right now. But I'm
And,
definitely
and I appreciate that mindset, even if it's not the position that you really desire, you need to have something so that you can start paying. So I'm going to give you a little bit of time to get yourself together.
Yeah,
Yes.
can I please say something before you make your
Okay.
ruling?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I do want to be very, very respectful. I
Mm-hmm.
did make some notes. The first thing I have is I have a newspaper article from when from 2011 from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution showing that he was making over $2 million in tax fraud, which is why he got arrested. And during that time, he still paid $0 in child support.
Oh.
Michael has a sad story every time we do this. He told me he was homeless. And then I was working at the job making $30 an hour. I tried to give him a job there. He wasn't even interested because he makes his own money. Like he be hustling, getting his money. That's why he hasn't had a job since 2017 when he worked at Sleep Number, because he'd rather get money in the streets. And he's gonna come up with a story and make you feel so sorry for him, but it's all a lie. His son told me he was never on the streets. He just told me that so I wouldn't put a warrant out on him.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I can show you that newspaper article and you can compare that to the notes, but he's supposed to pay over $2 million in restitution because that's how much money he stole. He was a millionaire and still didn't pay $1, not one red cent. And you can this is
It
provable.
sounds like it's in the paper. So do you have anything
Yeah, I
to
do.
say about that, Mr. Stringer?
Who
No?
has something to say about that? So I have the whole transcript, entire case against me. So the amount that was an attempted amount. It wasn't an amount that I actually had. I never was.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
they put that in.
Mr. Stringer, people don't just
It's, they do
an
that for
article in
sentencing
the
purposes.
paper. Yeah, but even if we were
Yeah,
way
but they
off
do it
from
for
2
sentencing purposes.
million, well, but even if we were way off from 2 million, it seems as if you would have had at least enough to pay $300 a month during that period. And we do have a high amount of arrears.
So
So,
why are
so
we
thank you for that information,
incarcerated?
Ms. Cobb. We're going
Yeah,
to change
why would they?
that. I was going to give you a little bit of time, but we're going to make it November the 15th. November the 15th, you're going to be back here before me, and I need to hear about the new job that you have given the information to child support so that we can go ahead and start doing an income deduction, because it seems to me that you have the ability to work, but you're choosing not to. And those would be the grounds for having somebody arrested. So we need to really get ourselves together and move this forward, because you have a child that needs you. And if you're not going to provide anything for this child, then it doesn't really matter whether you're incarcerated or not, because for that child, it all looks the same. They're not getting support anyway. Okay, so November the 15th, 8:30, I expect you to be here. And we are going to have to, escalate this situation, because the fall is here. We're going to have Christmas coming in a while. And I think your child deserves better than this, don't you? No? Okay. Okay, you are
No, what
dismissed.
I agree. But what I'm saying is that
Thank you,
article is
Your
false.
Honor. Am I dismissed?
Yes, you're dismissed. And you are
Okay.
too, Mr. Stringer.
Have a great
November
day.
5th, November 15th, 8:30.
Same login.
Well, I'm not sure what they send you, but I think Mr. Keys will make sure that you're aware. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great weekend.
You too. Bye bye.
Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.